Hello there, everybody. Welcome to some more Team Fortress 2. Got a nice spy gameplay here for you using the Big Earner, the Ambassador, and the regular Invisawatch, which I rather enjoy. On KOTH King, which is kind of an underrated map, I think. It came out during the Sleeping Dogs update. It's a really popular, good scout map. I'm pretty sure every KOTH map in Team Fortress 2 is pretty much mainly a scout map, in my opinion. But I was actually going to give you guys some handy-dandy spy hints, because I actually top-scored pretty much every single round in this server as just a spy. And that's something that really never happens. This heavy, I can't aim. I cannot aim a knife. It's not a gun. I can't aim down sights. This game is stupid. Anyways, here's some general spy tips that I always have wanted to really give you guys. Because I have general tips, and then there's actual tips that I've come across playing the game for so long. Remember, I played this game for 6 years, and when I first played Spy, there wasn't, Cloak and Dagger, there wasn't, the Dead Ringer or the Ambassador or any other single, weapon we have. We just had to use stock everything, and that's how Spy was played. It wasn't really played in this really kind of battle spy-ish type thing they have nowadays going on. It really just isn't how you play Spy. More people today think it's all about using the Dead Ringer, and the Enforcer for that extra damage. Well, the Enforcer is a nice weapon, but it just doesn't seem that people play Spy the way it really was kind of meant to be, more espionage, and I really dislike that Thompson. I got killed a lot by the Thompson, and I have no idea why. It's just like the Thompson just ruins everything. It drains Uber, it drains Spy Cloak, and this is what I was going to talk about more or less. The Dead Ringer is kind of... I actually use it at one point in the video, so it's not like I completely hate the Dead Ringer. Remember in mind, I played Spy for a long time, and I know how to counter Dead Ringer and all that sort of things and doodly dads. But just recall, for one moment, what is the Dead Ringer's purpose? Is to feign your death and really, confuse players that you're dead. Nowadays, the Dead Ringer is kind of just used for, oh, I'm dead, I'm gonna go keep running blindly at people. And that's where I wanted to say, this is kind of the whole point of the video, when to bring out the Dead Ringer. I actually use it at the end of the round here, kind of, in the next few clips. And there's a reason for that. The real prime reason to use the Dead Ringer, in my opinion, is when the enemy team knows you're not using it. Think about it this way, the Dead Ringer is the most popular spy watch in the entire game. If you use the most popular spy watch in the game, people assume that you're going to be dead. So using the Invisawatch or maybe even the Cloak and Dagger standing in a corner somewhere may seem like a good idea. Because if you use the Dead Ringer constantly, it's not a bad thing if you use it constantly, because like I said, every weapon in Team Fortress 2 has its ups and downs. There's no weapon that's generally broken in Team Fortress 2, but there are overused weapons. Dead Ringer may not be a weapon, but hey, it's overused. So anyways, I try my hardest to always use the Cloak and Dagger or either, Invisawatch. I prefer the Invisawatch just because you can pick up, ammo a lot quicker with it and get your cloak back. And here's the #1 rule as Spy. Obviously staying alive and stealth, but your health, and here's why I use the Big Earner. Health as a spy, it's not important. Always prioritize how much cloak you have. Even as a Dead Ringer spy, always prioritize how much cloak you have and try and blend in with the enemy. You can see in this clip that we're watching right now, I try to constantly switch out my disguises if I get compromised or even think I'm compromised. I try everything in my mind that might psych the team out and try to actually blend in with people. You see, I don't uncloak in front of random people and try and get super crazy, 360 no-scope backstabs. No, I only attack people if they're in my general vicinity, which is another problem with spies these days. They try to attack every single player in their field of vision, and while that may be an okay idea, just remember Spy's role is not to top score, not to do anything like that, but mainly cause distractions, paranoia, and fear among every other team. As you can see right here, I generally put some fear in those scouts. They thought I was either using Dead Ringer and started looking around for me. And here's another hint if you're using the Dead Ringer, or any Invisawatch for that matter, and you've been compromised. Don't stand in a corner. 9 times out of 10, every good player in Team Fortress 2 knows the Spy's main spot to hide, it's probably going to be a corner, although I didn't, follow that rule right there. You know what I mean. Because if you stand in a corner, that's where everyone's going to look. That's where everyone's going to go. The easiest thing to actually do, if you think about it, and I've had this happen on many situations, just stop moving. Don't move anywhere. Just keep, in like a random spot where no one is going to suspect a spy. Although, there's players like me that will suspect that and start shooting willy-nilly until they hit somebody. Just do that. It's just like the most entertaining thing to watch people freak out, go in corners, waste all their bullets in time, and that's kind of the point of Spy. You're not going to top score every single round in Team Fortress 2, and there's not a problem with that. And by the way, this is when I started to use the Dead Ringer, because they had no idea I was going to use it. If you start using Dead Ringer when the team doesn't know you're going to use the Dead Ringer, amazing idea. Because, hey, from then on point on, they're just like, oh, he's just using the Cloak and Dagger or whatever, Invisawatch, okay. but they don't have a clue that I even have the Dead Ringer out. Sure, they might assume it, but this guy, I think he knew too much. But anyways, a general spy is going to be a main distraction class. It's kind of like Scout in a really stealthy way. Scout's not necessarily going to be the class that's going to go top scoring and capping all the, well, maybe capping all the points, kind of. But it's not really the main point of to top score. That's kind of honestly for the soldiers, maybe even the pyros and the medics. That's kind of their job on the team. They're the, you know, beef classes. They're the ones that gets things done. Spy is kind of just there to, you know, cause, you know, general chaos between the teams. Because if you have one good spy, it does not matter how many people are on the team. If you can confuse at least 2 people and waste time for a, you know, capture or a cart push, you have done your job as a spy, even if you got killed in the process. Which is kind of what I like about the Dead Ringer in some aspects, but just in general, it doesn't always need to be used 24/7. And just, people will always say, you know, health as a spy is important, but cloak, like I said earlier, is more important. So is your revolver. As you can see, crits or not, that pyro would have been destroyed with a stock revolver. People underestimate that bad boy. It's actually got really good damage on it. Even with the Enforcer or not, I just choose not to use the Enforcer because obviously you get a bad rep for it. And this soldier, his neck did not look appetizing. But just definitely always use what you like as spy. Hope you guys liked the video. Got a nice live commentary coming out here in the next video, and I think you guys are going to enjoy it. So see you guys next time. Don't be a bimbo, and I'll see you.